Hello guys, welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today I'm back with another very interesting story. As you know guys, I don't disappoint when it comes to storytelling. So you guys, I also don't take your support for granted. The love that you have been showing me, God, I've like, what did I even do to deserve this? But you guys, nyinyi ni watu wangu wa nguvu. And if you haven't actually subscribed, make sure you do, because subscribing is actually free of charge. That's the only thing you can do for me aside from watching and liking and maybe sharing if you want. Yeah, so you guys, actually I'm headed somewhere, but then I just remembered a story. Actually, this one is very funny. I'm actually laughing right now. I have been laughing actually for the most part of the day by just remembering the story. But before we get started, I think it would be wise to show you my outfit, right? Oh God, and who is just passing? Actually, that's mommy, my son. Sorry for the interruption. So you guys, I'm just gonna show you my full fit, and this is how I look. Like, can you see it? So I'm wearing this brown dress. Actually, it's a gray dress. I'm wearing this mini gray dress with a black bag. Actually, the bag is matching with my black boots. The reason as to why I'm wearing boots, you all know the weather here in Kenya. You all know it has been raining heavily, like almost, like actually, the place where I do stay, it has been raining for like throughout the day, and sometimes actually even during at night. The weather has been very unpredictable. But you guys, I hope it doesn't rain actually, because I'm not planning to put on a sweater to carry anything, because my bag is actually too small. It can only accommodate my phone, my earphones, and a handkerchief maybe. Yeah, and actually about my hairstyle, you guys, I look like a high school kid, or rather primary school kid. Msini judge because of my hairstyle. I think I just look okay. I look good. Yes, I know. Yeah, I look good with my hairstyle. So you guys, msini judge. I just like got tired of braiding my hair, and I was actually looking for something simple for my hair, so that I don't damage my hair actually because of too much braiding. So yeah, I just like it like this. I have been having it for like 2 weeks now, and I'm not still in a rush to remove it. So you guys, that being said, actually make sure you watch till the end, and I love you all so much for your continued support. So without further ado, let's get started. So you guys, the interesting story that I have been talking about here actually is the story. One day I went to visit my then boyfriend at his place. Actually, I won't even mention where he was living, but I went to visit him at his place, and I was gone there for like to stay for like a whole weekend. Actually, not even a weekend, for 7 days, actually a week. Na nyinyi ndo mnasema if you're not married, you shouldn't extend more than 2 days at your boyfriend's place. Anyways, I'm very shameless. I was there to stay for 7 days. So during my stay, actually his friends used to come over at his place. That was like total fun having them around, yeah, his friends. So one day he happened that he was called to go for work. He left the house, and one of his friend actually he wasn't aware that my then boyfriend had already left the house. He came, it was like around one actually. He came looking for him. shock on him, I was the only one in that house. And actually, he had brought some good information there for you guys. After telling him he wasn't around, he was like, maybe you might be interested by this. They're like, well, you just have to say it before I can decide whether I'm gonna be interested or not. And then he broke the news. He was like, there is this place where like people are conducting a survey, a HIV and AIDS survey, and you actually get paid to be tested. Oh God, sema kusikia watu wanalipwa. And I was so broke by then. Guy, I was literally broke. I was on my lowest period. Anyways, so after I heard that people were getting paid to actually get tested, and then the person who was like referring you was gonna get a commission, a certain commission for referral. So he was just pleading with me whether I can go get tested. I get my share and he gets his share for the referral. So now, since I was doing nothing, I had already done the chores. Me being the mke mwema, now that I was left in his house, I had already done some cleaning actually. So I was gonna be free throughout the day. So I decided, like, why not? I need some extra cash. So I decided to give it a trial. He actually guided me, gave me location of the place where the survey was being conducted, and I just took a shower and left. After leaving, I got there. Actually, I was kind of nervous because, well, not because I wasn't aware of my status or anything. I for sure knew I was very, very negative. But then, I don't know whether I'm the only one, but whenever I'm conducting a HIV test, I get shaken, like I get tensed, even without knowing my status. Actually, I get so tensed. So I started tensing, but then I'm like, yo, I'm gonna do this. But still, deep back in my mind, I'm like, what if I'm gonna be HIV positive, regardless of knowing that I'm negative? You know, things can happen, and sometimes things do happen so fast. So I got there, and then I'm like, maybe I'm just not prepared for this. I can just leave and maybe come some other time. But then I was like, I need the cash. I need to do this actually right now. So I gathered the strength, the courage that I needed, and yeah, I got to the I entered the hospital, actually the specific room where the test was being conducted, where the tests were being conducted. Therefore, actually, before going there, he gave me some few tips. He told me that I have to make it look like I'm already HIV positive. I have to act tensed and all that. But then, like I said, guys, regardless of getting the tips, I was like shaken. What if I lie? What if I see all this and I end up like being positive? I'm like, Jesus, if that was to be the case, I don't know, like maybe I would have just died immediately or something. Anyways, you don't have to die because you're positive and all that. So you guys, now that I already knew I already knew the questions. I got there and I was like, who referred you? Where did you learn all this from? I said the name and the number of the person who had referred me, and the questioning started. When was the last time for you to conduct a test on yourself? Like I was told to lie. I can't even recall. It's been quite some time. Another question: do you have a boyfriend? And if you do, how many partners do you have? Oh my God! I said 3. I'm like, do you know their status? Well, no, we barely check ourselves. Now that I have to make it look real, that I'm probably just whatever, I made it look real as possible. And then they were like, the questioning continued. Actually, they were like, have you ever slept with someone because of alcohol, or have you ever been taken advantage of because you were drunk or something? And I said, well, I can't even recall. And then they were asking, there were really a lot of questions. Actually, I can just mention them, all of them. I can just mention them because there were a lot. We continued, and now it came to a point where, but like I told you guys, I was making it look as real as possible, because to some extent I was told, maybe if I'm very sure of what I'm saying, or maybe I make it sound like I already know my status, I'm negative and all that, maybe I won't get paid. So I had to make it look like I was sick. So the final question was actually, what would you do if we end up finding that you're positive? Was like, I don't want to answer that as of now, because I don't know what I would actually do, but I'm hoping for the best. I hope I'm not. Remember, I lied about everything, you guys, and now the moment of truth is right on the corner. I became even more nervous, but I was like, we gotta do this, because at the end of the day, I know my status, yo. So I was tested actually, and I was negative. Yeah, I was so excited for the fact that I was negative. Yeah, and for the guidance and counseling that I got, yo, about how I should be taking care of myself and all that, yo. I was just passing time with the questions. Yeah, like I said, I thought I wouldn't have gotten paid, and like I said, I needed the money so bad. I was paid. After the survey, I was paid, and I was given some preps, actually. Preps. I was given preps. I think preps are the ones that you're given to prevent yourself from like getting HIV, and peps you're given if like you're pronounced to be positive. But I stand to be corrected. All I remember is that I was given preps because I was HIV negative, and I was told I should take them from probably when I like do whatever with someone and I suspect they are sick. That's why I'm saying preps are for prevention and all that. But like I said, I stand to be corrected. I was paid my money and I walked back home happily. Yo, I was so excited. And now the person who had referred, he was sent his commission for the referral. So I went home happily with my money. And then one thing is that I didn't inform my boyfriend about me going to get tested and all that. I thought it was probably, I didn't know it was like a big deal to tell someone that you have been tested and all that. So I kept quiet, and yeah, because I knew probably if I was gonna tell him to go get tested so that he can get paid, I knew it would have been a big deal. Actually, I don't know. Actually, what becomes of men whenever you tell them to go and get tested? I don't know, but I didn't want to make it of a big deal. As I was walking home, actually, now this is the funny part, you guys. This is now the funny part of the whole story. Don't even mind what I have been saying. This is about to get a bit hotter. Not even a bit hotter. It's about to get hot. So you guys chill and relax and make sure you watch till the end. So as I was walking home, I ended up meeting with a friend who had like referred me there. As I met him, he was aware that I was actually coming from from that hospital. And he was like, how was your status? And now since it was very sunny, despite having the cash in my pocket, I was moodless. It was very sunny. So I was, sometimes what can happen when you like been on sun for the longest. So I was so moodless. And after we met, he was like, thank you, I have already gotten my share. And well, according to me, he thought like, regardless of getting the whatever he got the commission for referring me, he also wanted something from my pocket now. But I was, no, this is mine, yeah? We just have to leave it at that. Now we started engaging in Still on that, he was still dwelling on that. It was like, how are the results? Jokingly, actually, I said, I'm positive. Actually, I told him I was positive. And he, like, how should I put it? He was so excited. You guys, he was so excited. Like, you guys, we should that taught me that we should actually know our friends. He was so excited after hearing that I was positive. But then after a minute, he was like, anyways, jokes on me. Bear with my laughing. But does that mean your boyfriend now, or he mentioned his name, do you mean he's also positive now that you're positive? He was so excited. And he wasn't actually excited because I said I was positive, but because my then boyfriend would have been positive as well now that I told him I was positive. Now, in the first place, actually, it was a joke, but with his reaction, I decided I'm gonna make this look as real as possible. I want to see how far we can go with the joke. Yeah, he was now like, well, he was pretending to be comforting me, but deep down he couldn't actually hide his joy. I was so excited, and he was like, what are you gonna do now? And then he was like, can I see what you're carrying there? I'm like, I gave him the preps, the that container. Actually, it was just small. I think they were 28 tabs or 27, either 27, 28, or 29 tabs. So they were just in a tiny container I gave him, and he was, God, are you for real? Then it means you're HIV positive if you're also given the drugs. Because personally, now that I was negative, I wasn't given nothing. So the drugs made him even believe harder that I was. So, guys, one thing for sure, it's not good to joke with whatever I know. And you guys, I'm not mocking anyone who has it already. It is just a situation that I found myself to be in. And you guys, I'm negative. Because I know some of you gonna judge or whatever, but I'm negative, and I'm not judging whoever who might be having it. Yeah? There is more to life than whatever. So yeah. So we continued, and I think the drugs, it's either they forgot to give him the drugs, because everyone else was being given the drugs from what I saw when I was there at the hospital. It's probably that he was never given the drugs, or they probably forgot, or maybe they were never issuing the drugs to male, or rather to men. So he believed, and he was like, now back to the story. After him, like, not being able to hide his joy now, he was like, what do you think you're gonna do now? Does your boyfriend know this? When do you plan on breaking the news to him? And jokingly now, you guys, I said I don't have any intentions of ever telling him, because if I end up telling him, I don't know what would happen to me, and I'm not even ready to lose him. So I'm gonna keep it as a secret. And now you're that person who knows about this, aside from the person who tested me, myself, and you. So please, I beg you to keep this. I beg you to keep this as a secret. So we left it at that. And now, you guys, since now in the back of my mind I knew I was joking, it wasn't a big deal. We went our separate ways, and yeah, that was that. And actually, after I got home, I forgot everything that I had told him. Really, I forgot everything. Even after my boyfriend came, I never told him that I left the house and went for whatever, because it wasn't a big deal, like I said. So we continued. Days passed. I had already forgot what I had said, and as days continued passing, little did I know the rumor monger was already spreading the rumors to our plot mates or whatever they. So you guys, the rumor monger or the rumor monger or whatever, he started spreading the news. Remember, I had told him the news, he shouldn't share nothing with anyone. It was to stick between us. But well, it's so hard for some people to keep a secret. And now he was like already telling our other neighbors, and he was like, unajua ile kuongeza chumvi, even things that I never said actually, according to how I got the information. He was now telling them how he's beating my boyfriend, that now his girlfriend, me being the girlfriend, I have AIDS and I'm yet to let him know. And he was feeling sorry for him, but well, sorry for who? Immediately I said I was positive. He was there laughing. Actually, he was celebrating the bad news. Actually, they were good news to him, and actually they were like best. They were so close. They were very close like this. They were so close. I actually didn't expect him to be happy for that. So after spreading the rumors and all that, to some point it got to my boyfriend. Actually, how it got to him, well, it was like almost everyone in our plot knew it, because most of the people who are actually the plot that my then boyfriend was staying, there were no families. Actually, most of the people were bachelors. Yeah, most of the people were like bachelors. Yeah. So, and most of them actually, they were like friends. They all knew each other. So imagine them knowing that that, and I'm yet to tell whoever. So because I don't want to lose him. And then the same person now, one day my then boyfriend was leaving work. He was leaving from work, and they met on the stairs, and he was like, I have some information that I want to give you, but then I don't know how you're gonna take it. Just bear with me, because I'm just a brother trying to save a brother, but bear with me for whatever I'm gonna tell you. I think Then he told him, I think you should get to your place, have some water, and then come to my place, because he was like, we were actually staying on the same floor. Our house were like facing each other. The doors were facing each other. He told him to get some water, and then, like, according to what he told me, he tried asking what was the information, but then he told him, you need to be a bit relaxed, take some water, maybe freshen up, and then you come to my place. And you're like, when someone tells you like that, you're like, you can't even concentrate, because you're like, what kind of information do this person want to pass to me? So he actually came, just took a shower and left. And he told me, I'm going to this whatever's place, because he has told me he has some information to tell me. Now that it happens to me actually when I'm joking about something. I joke about it and then I forget about it. So when he actually said that he was gonna go to his house, my boyfriend said he was gonna go to his friend's house, I didn't think much through it. And then few minutes later, he came back at the house, actually akiwaka kama dragon. And then now he called his other friends, his other two friends. He called them, and he was like, I need you to sit here, and you have to swear in front of my friends that whatever I'm about to tell you is not true. Like, imagine how shameful it can be that you're like, whatever, you're HIV positive, and the first person who gets to know about it is your immediate neighbor, who happens to be your boyfriend's friend. How shameful can that be? Actually, I was very ashamed. But before that, he was like, I want you to repeat what you told whoever. Now that I don't want to mention his name, I want you to repeat what you told whatever about your status. And I want to see the drugs. I also need to see those drugs that I had that you were given at the hospital. Calmly and collected, I woke up, got the drugs from the drawer, and then now since I didn't have anything to hide, I was like, these are the drugs. Remember, his friends are there, and they are all like, don't know what's going on. And now I had just to like refresh my mind, and I was like, well, I went to this whatever. I got tested, and then on my way back, I met with whoever, and yeah, jokingly I said whatever I said, but I never meant it. And now, people don't believe that actually you can joke about something serious like that. He was like, this is gonna be the end of us. You have. And then, actually, not that dilikubali that I told the person that I'm HIV positive in the first place. So, during the process, during the argument process, one of his friends suggested, why can't I just go outside to the chemist, get a test kit, and you two can test yourself to end this once and for all. Yeah, it was quite a good suggestion. He went, and as he went to get the whatever, we were still talking, and I'm like, I can't even recall telling him I'm HIV whatever. Why would he do that to me? Why would he lie? In the first place, why would he even lie? And my boyfriend was like, are you sure if we call that person, you will still repeat the same things that you're saying, that you never told him anything to do with that? And how evil is he even in the first place to start assuming that I'm HIV positive? And then I knew it was about to go down. So you guys, let me just try to be quick on this one. So the person X who had spread the rumors was called at my boyfriend's house, and he was told. Now remember, in the first place, I had already said I never told him anything to do with that, and I don't even know what he's been talking about. And yeah, why would he even say such words to people? And he was called. When he was called, I couldn't even give him like a room, or rather a space to talk, because I'm like, I never said that word. I never said anything. Kwani, how do you hate me to an extent of starting saying those things? To an extent of even telling my boyfriend that, and I even started becoming emotional, we met. I even started becoming emotional, crying, and what did I ever do to you to deserve this? Guys, to make the long story short, what happened? He was beaten, blues and black. Is that how people say it? Blues and black, whatever. He was beaten. Now that I confirmed whatever he was saying was nothing but a lie. And then his other friends were on my side, because they already knew the person, how mouthy he was. You see how big mouth can put you into trouble. He was beaten. Actually, the doors were locked. And now my boyfriend was angry, because why would he accuse his beautiful girlfriend in the first place? Like, why? He was beaten. I hope he learned his lesson, actually, because as a man, it's very shameful being mouthy. It's very shameful for a man. Actually, he was beaten, and I hope he learned his lesson. And after that, we tested ourselves. We were actually negative, the both of us. And yeah, the drugs, they googled, they checked the drugs, and they were, yeah, the ones that you're given for like prevention, the ones that you're given when you're sick. And yeah, that was it. He learned his lesson, because when I told him it should be a secret between us. It was never to be shared. Anyways, guys, I hope you will watch this video till the end, and thank you so much for your continued support. I actually don't take you for granted. And if you haven't subscribed, make sure you do, guys, for more interesting stories, for more amazing stories. You guys, I'm so in love with this dress of mine. I'm actually so in love with my whole outfit. So I'm just gonna show you how it looks for the last minute. This is how my outfit looks for the last minute. And thank you once again. And if you haven't subscribed, make sure you do and watch until the end